Welcome to the podcast. Today we'll be talking about people's identity. Alright, so what do you guys think about racism and what has been happening the past few years?
I think racism is a very bad thing, and people should not be mean to people just because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people are racist. We could just be peaceful and it'd be fine.
Yeah, I think nobody should be judged on what they look like and believe in.
Now, what do you guys think about different identities in video games?
I think you can be whatever skin you want, but you should not think any one character is better by the skin color or gender they are.
Yeah, I think it's okay to be a different skin color. You just have to think about the context behind the person and make sure that you know what's happening. You can't just assume anything or think that any skin tone is better than the other one.
I think that video games are what they are because you can be whatever character you want.
Mm-hmm.
What identities are important to us?
For me, I think it's race, gender, religion.
For me, it's race and ethnicity and some gender too.
For me, it's mostly religion and I guess race. Why should we understand our own identities?
I mean, I think it's important to know your own identities because I want people to know who I am and what my backstory is and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Max, who you are and where you're from and everything.
Yeah. Because your identities are who you are. It's makeup.
Yeah, it builds
who
you.
you are.
It builds you, yeah.
Why should you understand other people's identities?
Yes, I think you should agree with other people's identities because you can get to know them and you can respect their beliefs and understand what they're coming from.
I think yes, because of other people's beliefs matter to them, people should respect that.
I really agree with Max because it's important to know who people are and you have to accept people. Why can knowing and accepting people's identities help to create just more a peaceful world and everything?
Because we can help each other's identities and get to know who people.
Because everyone would understand each other, and we'd all understand each other, and we could all be not the racism thing where we'd all be friends, but I think people could be more friendly if we understood each other.
Yeah, I think we just need to learn how to understand and respect everyone's beliefs and just be we're all people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all people.
And don't be mean to people just because they are different,
race or they look different. You have to respect them. At the end of the day, we're all people. Just because you don't agree with one thing or you don't believe in the same thing doesn't mean you have to hate them and treat them differently. Everybody is the same person at the end of the day.
I think this is a really important subject.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people, you shouldn't be racist. And race is what makes you, and not just race, all identities, like religion, socioeconomics, ethnicity, gender, race, all that stuff. Okay, why can't it be tough to talk about these things?
I think it can be hard to talk about other people's religion and your religion, because you don't know how they'll react, and if they don't believe in the same thing, maybe they wouldn't agree with you.
Yeah, and then that's kind of
it would be a little sad.
That feels kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just a little awkward. Yeah,
it's kind of personal, and it's really personal to talk about other people's identities. Because sometimes people just don't feel comfortable talking about that kind of stuff.
People might get bullied and people will be mean to each other.
They're if you know that somebody is a certain religion or gender or something, then people fear that could happen to them. People could
just because they're a different religion means that they might not treat them the same. All right, what roles does empathy play in a discussion of identities?
If people learn about people, we would all be nice to each other and kind.
If everyone understood what people felt, they wouldn't discriminate, they wouldn't be racist, sexist, all that stuff.
Yeah, you need to put yourself in other people's shoes and understand what they've gone through and how people have treated them before.
Why can it be difficult to have empathy for another person, religion, and that kind of stuff?
It can be very difficult to have empathy for other people. If you don't agree with them, if their religion is different and they have different beliefs, it can be hard, but you just have to know like, we're all equal at the end of the day. Don't treat them differently or, like, you need to understand them.
You can be respectful to them, what they believe in, even if you don't believe in what they do.
Yeah. And when it's hard, I think that you really just have to understand what they're going through. Like what Max said, you have to really understand.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to talk about It Ain't So Awful Falafel. It's a book about a girl that's from Iran, and she moves to America, and she feels like she's going to have a really hard time, but
And
she
has
does
moved-
fit in. Yeah.
She has moved 4 times, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for her dad's job in the oil industry.
Yeah. So, did we make any connections with Zomarad in this book?
I mean, I can kind of make a connection on, like, being the new kid at a new school and stuff, but not too much, like, religiously or something like that.
People were really, like, her friends were nice to each other and not mean, but, like, some kids in her class were kind of, like, disrespectful to her.
Yeah, and they were making fun of her because
Yeah.
of her race and her religion
Yeah,
and stuff
and
like that.
not just kids. Remember, it was like the adults. Some adults were being mean to her just
Yeah.
because she's from a different country.
And also, on the license plate, it said Iran, or on a bumper sticker, it said Iranians should go home, and that is really bad.
Yeah,
like
you need to understand, like,
all this,
just
all the stuff we're talking about fits into that book. It's like,
We all live on the same world.
yeah, it's like just because they're from a different country and somebody else of their religion did something bad, that does not mean that they're bad.
yeah. I think Zomarad's friends were really helpful to her, though.
Yeah, they're very supportive friends, which is good. You need to have somebody that can support you and understands what you're going through.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.